Hello, my name is Boris Karaman. This is Assessment 3 for the class Nursing FlexPath 6080 at Capella University. I'm taking this class as part of my master's curriculum in nursing informatics. This assessment is titled as Person-Centered Self-Care Management Interview. Person-Centered Self-Care Management Interview. Person-centered self-care management has a vital role in improving patient outcomes in today's world of healthcare. As advanced practice nurses, APNs, we are responsible for leading and guiding clients through their health challenges and drawing from our nursing toolbox to deliver appropriate care using our empathy, trust, and holistic approach to care. Motivational interviewing, MI, has become an essential tool for helping clients take control of their health. MI utilizes scaffolding of patient exploration of thoughts, behaviors, and readiness to change in support of autonomy. This presentation tells a story of my experience using motivational interviewing techniques with a client from my practicum site around the issue of self-management. I will talk about how I use the methods to build rapport, deal with complex topics of conversation, and lead the client towards SMART goals, specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound for their health. Furthermore, available resources to support the client's health journey will be examined considering current and new technologies that might augment self-care management. Promoting a caring relationship for positive outcomes. Practical nursing care is built on a caring relationship with clients because caring relationships encourage trust and collaborative team effort. The strategies build this relationship based on empathy, active listening, and mutual respect. Building the client's confidence in my interaction with this person was essential. In the second point, I focused on creating an open space where the client can share their concerns without being judged. And openness was necessary because the client needed to feel safe and be heard. The research consistently supports the idea that there is a relationship between healthcare providers and patients and better health outcomes. Bear et al. 2024 is an example, as they provide an example of how, when patients trust their healthcare provider, there is a greater likelihood they will follow through on treatment plans, self-care, and better health over the long run. I chose open-ended questions to allow them to give a thought or feeling on what exactly they do to maintain and continue the condition. As the client was given the reins to begin a conversation, this empowered them, setting them up well as the client was listened to and respected. Another critical strategy was reflective listening, repeating key points the client made just so that knew that I heard their perspective. Helm et al. 2024. Not only this also builds rapport, but it also allows as much deeper read into the client's emotional thinking and concerns that may not have come out during the direct conversation. Through verbal and nonverbal empathy, the client was in a safe and supportive environment. I did so through logical facial expressions, appropriate gestures, and my tone of voice, expressing that I did care about how they were doing. The client became motivated to manage their care and engage in their self-care, allowing successful health outcomes. Facilitating difficult conversations and disclosures of sensitive information. Motivational interviewing can then involve helping the client get through difficult conversations and disclosures. Clients in chronic situations could find self-care management a challenge, as this would mean they are overwhelmed or disappointed. I used one technique called affirmation. To accomplish this, one can start by recognizing and validating what the client does well, even if it's just a little at a time. Helm et al. 2024. If a client were honest about medication adherence, I would acknowledge their honesty and say how great it was that they were willing to discuss it. Affirmations slowly work to reduce defensiveness and help clients look at their situation more positively, feeling like they're capable. Body language and tone of voice also need attention to facilitate sensitive conversations. Keep your eyes focused on the person and use a calm, soothing voice that implies compassion. I kept my conversation on their eyes. While talking about the client's worries about the side effects of their medication, I always ask their permission so we could go further into personal topics. This accepts the client's autonomy and permits them to keep control over the discussion. Helm et al. 2024 claimed that such disclosure is most likely with patients when they believe their provider is genuinely concerned about their well-being and their privacy will be respected. Promoting self-care management through SMART goals. A primary goal of this interactive encounter was to help the client create SMART goals for self-care management. The framework the SMART goal offer makes health easier for clients to manage by providing structure and setting tangible goals. To create these goals, a client's readiness to change was explored. The emphasis of motivational interviewing is to assess the client where they are in their health journey, contemplation, then preparation leading to action or maintenance. The client I interviewed was in the awareness stage and was aware of their health issues but unsure about how to proceed with managing them. In collaboration, we created specific goals to suit their situations. For example, a measurable, achievable goal might be to walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week, which is an idea we would like to incorporate into the client's lifestyle. To enhance medication adherence, I also wanted to set reminders on their phone to take their allotted medicines every day. Helm et al. 2024. I ensured that the client's input was included so the goals related to what they liked and could do. Additionally, we talked about the role of support systems in self-care. Getting family involved can create an environment of caring that promotes adherence to self-care routines and also holds you accountable. Bear et al. 2024. The holistic approach not only gives clients the empowerment to take control of their health, but also recognizes the importance of social support to improve health outcomes. We also set 1 month for each goal to evaluate the results. This approach also supports equity and inclusiveness in care because it values the client's needs and ensures goals are congruent with their culture and values. Incorporating technology in self-care management. The revolution in how clients manage their health is incorporating technology into self-care management. In talking with client, we considered how mobile health applications, mHealth, or activity tracking devices such as fitness app could help them with their self-care goals. They responded well to the idea of an app that allowed them to track medication intake and physical activity levels. Gustowell et al. 2020. To aid this, I suggested the mHealth application that reminds the client of the medication, tracks daily steps, and monitors the client's progress towards specific health goals. The personalized approach in the program enables the clients to become actively involved in managing their health. Even more, self-care comes via wearable devices like smartwatches, giving real-time feedback on how active a person is, which could be helpful in motivation and accountability. These devices track the user's physical activity, provide a holistic view of their well-being, and monitor their heart and sleep patterns. Technological interventions to promote self-care behavior are currently of interest in the research literature. For instance, a study by He et al. 2023 revealed that engagement with mobile apps for weight management was greater and way better than those who did not use the technology. The advantage of these innovative tools is that they bring convenience and accessibility to clients so they can control their health, especially those who might be faced with barriers when accessing traditional healthcare services. Integrating technology in self-care management enables clients to keep track of progress, observe the progress achieved, and adhere to treatment plans to enhance health goals. Bear et al. 2024. The synergy between technology and personalized care as a healthcare solution reflects the potential of modern healthcare solutions. Motivational interviewing to advance wellness and self-care. Motivational interviewing is an effective counseling technique to help people with behavior change that can lead to better health. This is rooted in three key principles: collaboration, evocation, and autonomy. In my interview with the client, I used a technique known as rolling with resistance, where one accepts the client's ambivalence and works with it rather than against it. Helm et al. 2024. Taking that one example, if there was something that the client mentioned about the difficulty of maintaining a new exercise routine because they believed they were not able to dedicate the time or energy to it, I did not use that as an opportunity to pressure them to make a huge switch right away. I heard their feelings and discussed minor adjustments they could make, including building short walks into the daily routine. It not only took away the client's resistance, but also helped the client to see that it is possible to make gradual changes, which is sustainable. Empowering the clients to make their own choices is essential for promoting long-term adherence to self-care behaviors, and motivational interviewing places a heavy emphasis on this. I focused on guiding the client to define personal reasons why they might want to improve their health rather than external pressures. Motivation needs to be explored because it helps create a sense of ownership and accountability for their self-care. Bear et al. 2024. Additionally, by setting up a collaborative partnership with the client, I made it clear to them that their health goals were reachable and therefore their belief in the success of their pursuit. Motivational interviewing not only supports meaningful conversations about health and wellness, but also creates space for clients to feel supported on their way to wellness and self-care, resulting in better health outcomes and increased satisfaction with care. Evaluating the adequacy of resources for self-care management. Resource evaluation to support self-care management is critical in helping clients achieve appropriate health outcomes. I will systematically evaluate the resources I provide using regular follow-ups with the client to determine their effectiveness. I will also use these follow-ups to discuss their experiences with resources like local support groups, online forums, and the mHealth app, and how these tools are working for them in keeping them on track to implementing their SMART goals. He et al. 2023. I will then encourage the client to express any difficulties they may experience, like usability with technology or access to community resources. Qualitative and quantitative feedback will be collected to ascertain whether the resources serve the client's purpose and constitute their self-care journey. However, if I realize that there are insufficient available resources, I will look to find a solution to fill the gaps. Continuing with an example, assuming that my client finds the technology hard to use because it's just too complex, I could suggest more straightforward options that accomplish their goals that are not too difficult to use, like basic fitness trackers or easy-to-use applications for beginners. He et al. 2023. I would also contact the client and offer them the opportunity to contact peer mentors or support groups who provide specialized guidance to their challenges. If I'm flexible and responsible to the client feedback, I can help create an environment that supports effective self-care management and ultimately better health outcomes. In conclusion, the motivational interviewing technique is an essential and valuable method in client empowerment to engage in self-care management by providing autonomy, tackling ambivalence, and developing collaborative client and nurse relationships. Using advanced strategies, practice nurses help in establishing SMART goals, incorporate and utilize technology, and provide the resources needed so that clients can become more empowered and take control of their health. The strategies I used in my practicum site worked in my experience with the client. Moving forward, it is essential to continually adapt and evaluate these strategies to respond to the diverse clients' needs equitably and inclusively. If nurses could use technology to offer compassionate care, listen to their clients, and produce positive health results for them, then by doing so, they could improve their clients' overall quality of life. And this is a reference page to the sources I used to prepare this presentation. Thank you.